in the heat of Harama. 7,000 were slain. Then we ran out of bullets, taken by Franco's men. To Tabalana de la Reina, and then moved on again. And the Calton had never seemed so far away. As I lay in my prison at Salamanca in Spain, and my hands fought the fascists at Rama in Spain, and my heart beats for justice.
Somebody different.
Jack Irvin.
Hello, Jack.
Hello.
Yes, hi. I'm phoning to offer £1.5 million.
I'm sorry?
I'm phoning to offer £1.5 million to the cause.
Jolly good. Thanks, Rich.
Jolly good. Thanks very much. So I don't want my money.
Hello.
Hello, boy. What about you? What about you?
Not so bad. What about yourself?
Not bad. How did Stormont go the other day? Did you storm
Stormont?
it? You said you were about to storm Stormont.
Oh, not well, but
What happened?
not that. I was just about, well, further down the line of exposing some of these guys that involved mass murder.
Who, the loyalists? The Shankill Butchers?
No, it's
UDA death squads back to the
the
Brits?
the South Armagh murder squads, you know, carried out within the churches and murdered people in churches and took Protestants out of minibuses and lined them up and executed them. Them guys that killed women and children. And, you know, they took people who had kidnapped them and tortured them for days. You know, them type animals.
Right. No, I understand that, but do you not think it's time to move on?
Oh, aye, but sure, Sinn Féin won't move on.
Well, they are. They're trying to get in down south. They're trying to move away and get in their seat of power down south.
They're trying to glorify what they did. They're not moving away from what they did. They're trying to glorify. There's a big difference.
What, and your side's never tried to glorify anything, no?
Yeah, glorify what?
Well, you've tried to glorify many things on here to me many times.
Like what? Like what?
From a way back to the final frontier push against the Navajo Indians.
Well, that's part of our history, like it.
Of course.
Yeah.
But you glorified it.
Part of our history.
You glorified it. You said it was a frontier push.
No,
instead of a massacre of 30 million native Indians.
The frontier was a completely different campaign, completely different.
But you glorified it. I gave an example. I just gave an example. That was all. I wasn't asking you to comment on it. We've been doing that road before. It was just to say that you've glorified it before by calling it a final frontier push when it was a bloody massacre.
The frontier. Who cleared the frontier? Well, it's quite clear who cleared the frontier. It was the Ulster Presbyterians, the Ulstermen.
They've been doing a lot of frontier.
They didn't carry out the massacres.
Hold on, they've cleared frontiers from Ireland to the USA to Palestine, and they do it all over the world. When is the final frontier?
You're talking about the British. You're talking about the British Empire there. I'm talking about the Ulstermen.
I'm talking about. Well, is that not the same? You know British?
Well,
you know British anymore?
I'm British, yeah, but I'm Ulsterman first. I'm British, yes, but I'm Ulsterman first.
You're
Ulster proud of it, boy.
Ulster proud and proud of it, boy.
Yeah. At least we have a history, unlike the Republicans. Only history they have is a beginnings in a wee gnome somewhere stuck in a garden. It's only history they have to fall back on.
That is,
or maybe shooting columns in the War of Independence. It certainly wasn't their fight for independence. For De Valera broke down and had a mental breakdown when they started shooting at them. So I can understand why they don't want to tell that history.
And you would know the history, the revised history according to Willie Fraser. Away you go.
No, that's fact. That's fact. Whenever they come out of the bakery, their own people threw rotten eggs and tomatoes at them because they couldn't get in the bakery in the post office because they couldn't get their benefits. Now the British were stupid. They took them and then lined them up and shot them in the prison after it, where they should have had them a kick in the arse and sent them home because their own people would have dealt with them.
Is that right?
Yeah.
And how would they have dealt with them?
Well, I would say the fact that they were throwing rotten eggs at them and tomatoes and stuff, they would ostracize them.
You talk one lot of fucking shite, Willie. Come on.
Well, hey.
You talk one lot of
shite.
You
go back and tell me if I was wrong. Were they not flooded with eggs and tomatoes coming out of the PO down there at the baking factory?
Look. Just because there's one or two...
Were they or were they not slaughtered by their own people?
How do you know they were their own people? Were you fucking about there 96, 8 years ago? You weren't there. They were probably fucking Ulster prods like you.
No, they weren't Ulster prods.
Probably fucking Willie Fraser, fucking third generation.
You may blame the parties down south for telling that because that's coming from their history. That's what they're telling at lectures and stuff.
Was there no planters down there? Was there no Protestant planters already planted in Dublin, throwing their rotten eggs?
Well, there were, but the masters them down there in the
so don't try to say it was their own people.
Yeah, but they weren't down there in there were only a small percentage. I think the whole island, there was something like 14% of the whole island. In the 26 counties, that was.
Right,
of Protestant descent.
The key question is...
That's now down to about 2%. Biggest movement of population out of any community in Europe. Why is that?
Tell me, the key question is, when are you going to go home?
I am home, boy.
No, but no, you're not home, boy.
You need to go and check your history.
No.
Back to the truth. Go back to the truth,
Go back to the truth. We'll do a deal now.
The Ulster men were here first. The only time you united Ireland in this country is when the British were united it for you.
We'll do a deal now.
You never had a united Ireland.
We'll do a deal
Ulster was always a separate identity.
We'll do a deal.
Listen,
calm down.
Except under British rule.
Calm down. We'll do a deal now.
No, you're the one who needs to calm down.
Listen, we'll take all your Ulster Protestant men and we'll do a deal, right? I'll come across. You give me your wee house and I'll bring my radio show and you bring all your rest of your people and take them back to Scotland. How's that?
The problem is our people moved from here, driven out of here, over to Scotland.
You need to come back and fight for your union.
That's why they call it Ulster Scotch.
Ulster Scotch.
Ulster. It's in the name. The hint is in the name.
The hint is the independence of Scotland is going to be coming soon.
You're
needed back here. Come back to base.
So the Martians.
Come back to base. We'll give you free.
So the Martians. You're a bit like them boys that watch UFOs.
Listen, come back to base. We'll get free horse burgers here for you. We can line up the horse burgers. You've got a fight here. The union is about to be smashed, Willie.
Well, are you not a bit embarrassed the fact that it was proven that the IRA was involved with the horse burgers? You're not embarrassed now?
Listen, are you not embarrassed by fucking identifying a jersey on EastEnders as being a GAA jersey when it turned out to be nothing of the same? What are you all about?
But I didn't identify it as a GAA jersey.
You did.
The GAA clubs and the Republican sections were the ones who identified it. And it was in the papers.
You were up in the papers.
Oh no, you thought that this would pull a smart one. And you had to put a GAA top on. And then if anybody kicked up, it was only a school top.
Okay, there you go. You get on your high horse for a
and then you'd hand over Nick. Thankfully, we screen captured all that he's put on. Oh, they were singing rebel songs in the Queen Vic next. You aren't saying that now.
Okay,
no, it wasn't a GAA top. It was a school top. Typical Republican tactic. Run for the children whenever they get into a corner.
Right,
like having children up in front of them whenever boys went in to attack them and things. some of the brave men have their own children in front of them. Don't talk to me about Republicans, bunch of cowardly scum.
Listen, I just let you ramble on. I can't even... The key question is...
I have to go here, but I can't...
when you're coming back over, let's trade places. The independence of Scotland, are you going to come over and save it? Are you going to come over and fight for Scotland to be part of the Union?
I don't think I need to. Scotland's more fit to look after itself.
We're leaving the Union. So that we're now going to... Aye, we're going to...
Look at the window. There's UFO just landed.
Aye. Well, you better jump on it and get a Hosburger off it, because it's fucking your effects are wearing off your breakfast, boy.
Hey, you're paying for the call, not me, so I wouldn't worry about it.
I've reversed the charges. You keep in touch with yourself. Right, he's away. Fuck yeah, hell. That's a bold Willie Fraser. What's he all about?
And the star in my chest. Some would have given everything for the cause of the left, when the deeds that they've done and the parts that they played in the fights against Franco at Jarama in Spain. My hands fought the fascists on Jarama in Spain. My heart beats for justice until my dying day. I never set out for glory, but I had my part to play in the fights against Franco. In the fights against Franco and Jarama in Spain.
Right, a little bit of silence there from a Noise Abatement Society. Right, so that was a bold Willie boy. And right, I can only do this show for another 10 minutes. We've got another 10 minutes. We'll be back on later, have no fear. There's wee Barry shot himself. Come on, me man. So there you go. I think wee Barry shot himself at the time when he got offered his arse on a plate when the ball was thrown at him, or carried on to be thrown at him. Was that salmon ass? That was a classic, wasn't it? He holds the ball, wee Ferguson goes for it, and then he goes, woof. Oh, I'd give Samaras a new contract. I would replay that and say, here, look, you got to give him a, I mean, give him a contract, a big man. He's a lazy, big, dirty, big, lazy, big, you know, but I'm not going to say it since it's a lunchtime show, try to keep it clean and keep my Tourette's at bay. But I think Barry's just officially shot it here as well. Right, we're stretching the limit, we'll try him again. Wally Fraser's away for his hospital. Jack Elvin doesn't want his man $1 million. And wee Barry's no playing ball. No fair, we'll be back on later on. We've got more people's numbers lined up here. We're looking for Paul Gascoigne. We're looking for Paul McStay. Paul McStay